Hi everyone, welcome back to the Reset Button Workshop. This is day 20. What? Y'all made it 20 days? You should be really proud of yourself. I'm proud of you. I'm so excited that you've made it this far, and let's jump right into this video because this is a very, very important day. So today we're going to talk about self-concept. And when I say self-concept, I basically mean the way that you see yourself, what you identify with at the deepest level, at the core of who you believe you are. What does that look like for you in your mind? And the reason self-concept is so important is because we are always experiencing in our outer world what is essentially happening in our inner world. So internally, if we feel like whenever we show up someplace, nobody is greeting me with a smile, everybody's always hating on me, people come for me for no reason, all of these negative things, this negative energy is still, nothing has to be said. Energy is still being projected. It's always being projected out there. So now people in your everyday experience, they're picking up on that energy. They're picking up on that self-concept, and that's exactly what you get in return. You get exactly what you just gave out, that no one is greeting you with smiles, so you won't get a smile. No one, people are hating on you, so you experience in your mind someone who is hating on you. No one is ever happy to see you, so you walk in a room and it's like you're non-existent, like you never showed up in the first place. And all of this is a reflection of what you have going on with you on the inside. So that's an example, but today's lesson is all about you taking a look at your self-concept in different areas of your life. And I'm going to encourage you to look at what it is now. And if it's an area where okay, this version of my self-concept is not working, I need to create a new version of my self-concept, then that's what we're going to do. So the way that you can do it, there's a lot of different aspects of life. So I'm not necessarily telling you every single aspect. Although if you want to, you certainly can. But my assignment is for you to choose at least one area. So for example, if we look at relationships, we have platonic relationships, romantic relationships, and then let's go over to finances. Okay, we have finances. If we go over to career, that's another aspect of life. If we go over to health and wellness, that's another aspect of life. So if you kind of look at those different core areas and choose one and say to yourself, okay, what is my self-concept life like in the department of, and then choose one of them. And if you find that in one of those areas, for some, there may be more than one, but again, we're going to focus on one. If you find that in one of those departments, you're just not, seeing or visualizing or thinking, becoming aware in that moment of the self-concept that is serving you, then that's the one that I want you to focus on and do this assignment. So the assignment for today is to look at your self-concept in the area that you choose. So let's say, for example, that you choose platonic relationships, just friendships, people in your life. And maybe your current self-concept is, going back to some of the examples that I used before about walking in a room and, nobody really even pays attention to you, and none of your friends are really glad to hear from you. It's kind of like, if you guys speak, cool. If you don't, whatever. When you walk in a room, nobody ever smiles at you. Everybody's always, looking like they're upset, or people always hating on you. Like, all of that is just, I feel negative just saying it. So that whole self-concept, because remember, this is all you. This is you talking about what you think is happening with you when you walk into a room. This is all you. These are your thoughts. This is your self-concept. So what we want to do now with this is change it. Let's change it to something positive. Let's change it to something more loving. Let's change it to, and you could change it to whatever you want to change it to, but I'm going to encourage you to change it to something that feels better and to something that's going to serve you in life and in allowing you to press the reset button. So if it were me, I would change it to something like, whenever I walk in a room, I'm greeted with warm smiles. I'm greeted by people that want to make sure I'm good. If I'm in a department store, I'm greeted by people that ask me, hey, do you need anything? Is there anything I could do for you? I'm greeted by people that are always looking to see if there's anything they could do to make my life easier. In terms of my friends, sometimes things happen and we may go for some time without speaking, but I'm the type of person, if I think of my friend, and we haven't spoken in a while, I'm gonna call them and we're gonna pick right back up where we left off, and it's gonna be like we never missed a beat. I'm so happy that I have a group of friends that sometimes things get busy, but we always maintain our love for one another. We always maintain that bond that we had so long ago. We always try to find ways, even though everybody's super busy now, but we try to find ways that we can link up, that we can bring our kids together. We're always trying to find ways to stay in each other's lives. I'm the type of person, the minute I text my group of girlfriends, they're like, all right, let's schedule this. What we doing? How we gonna make this happen? Because they're happy to hear from me. My girlfriends are happy to hear from me. My male friends, they're happy to hear from me. People in my life, they are happy when I reach out. They're happy to hear from Priscilla. So it just makes it so easy for us to figure out a time that we can make something happen. It may not be easy, but we're going to figure something out because that's who I am. I'm the person that I call and people say, all right, let's figure this out. It's been way, way, way too long. And then we make it happen. Doesn't that feel much better? Right? Doesn't it feel much better than saying that, oh, everybody's always hating on me and nobody cares when I when I read, and let me not laugh because this is actually, it's not funny. It's actually really not funny because some people have a negative self-concept to the point where it's like self-sabotage, and it's the ultimate blessing blocker because we need people in this life, right? So we're going about our day thinking that people think we're trash, thinking that people don't want to hear from us, and that's not the truth. A lot of times, yes, we can all, I think we've all been guilty of allowing too much time to pass before we're in contact with loved ones and friends and so on and so forth. But I also find that, a quick icebreaker, a quick phone call, like, Portia, that's one of my girlfriends, Portia, why has it been 2 months since we've spoken? Why has it been 2 months since I've heard your voice? And that'll make us both laugh, and then we jump it, and that's a real friend. And she's an example of someone where this could potentially happen because we're just in a different season of, living life with now kids, and she has a husband. I don't have a husband yet, but husband, and just a lot going on. Responsibilities at work, community stuff, and kids now have sports, and there's lots happening. So you want to change your concept of self so that you are always going to move forward being the person that you are, and reflecting that to the people in your life. And now they're going to give that back to you. The love that you just gave them because you have self-love and because you have a healthy self-concept, they're going to give all that back. Like, oh, Pris, it's so good. That's what she calls me, Pris. Oh, Pris, it's so glad to hear from you. When are we linking up? She would say it like that. When are we going to the spa? Or when are we going to do something, brunch, something? And then it's like we never missed a beat. So I think you get the point. So that's just one example. That is, we talked about in that example, specifically friendships, platonic friendships. You could do the same thing with romantic relationships. If you have a self-concept that thinks that, men are always out to use you and men never want to do right by you and all they want to do is get you in bed, and, nobody out here is ever trying to excuse me, go all the way, and everybody just wants to hit it and quit it. I mean, you can think those thoughts, and I'm not saying that there are not men out there, women too. I'm not saying that there are not men and women out there where those statements apply. But again, this lesson is about your concept of self. How do you see yourself? So I would much rather look at myself as, oh, of course dude wants to be with me. Who doesn't want to be with me? Who doesn't want to be with me? I'm amazing. I'm a queen. I'm dope. I understand what he needs. And I'm actually the type of woman who desires to be submissive to my man. I'm the type of woman who, feels like her mission in life is to actually be able to assist her man, her husband, let's be specific, her husband in fulfilling his larger than life dreams. I feel like it's the ultimate, partnership situation to do it in the context of marriage, and I'm happy to do it. And because of that, that makes me dope. So who wouldn't want to be with me? Isn't that more healthy? Now, some may call the second self-concept conceited, but nah, like I think that's healthy. So the idea is, and I made jokes while I'm in there, see yourself how you want to see yourself, but I'm encouraging you to choose a self-concept that is healthy, that's going to allow you to move forward in life in a way that is not like always, like cutting yourself off, like self-sabotage at its best. It's like so sneaky, but essentially that's what happens. Sometimes we're experiencing self-sabotage because we, are doing the actions based on what we say that we want, but internally our concept of self is just completely opposite of what we say that we want. So therefore, we now some kind of way, even if our actions resulted in us getting close to what we want, or maybe we get exactly what we want because physically we put in the work, because our self-concept is not in alignment with that, we're always going to come back to that concept of self. And for example, if we wanted to lose a lot of weight and we did it, we went to the gym, we ate a certain way, we lost the weight, but when we think of ourselves, when we see ourselves, when we look in the mirror, we still see this overweight person. So slowly but surely, we start eating the food. We start, not working out again. We start, stressing. So our cortisol levels are higher, and that results in weight gain. And for women, hormones being out of control. We slowly start doing all of these things. That's self-sabotage, boo. That's self-sabotage. And so it could be coming from you just not having a healthy concept of self. So I want to encourage you to take this lesson very seriously and go and look at your self-concept. Look at your self-concept with respect to a couple of different areas of your life right now. You're free to, hey, if you want to jot some notes down on all of them, do that. But the assignment is for you to focus on one and really get in touch with how you currently see yourself in that area of life. And then if it's not serving you, if it's not good, then create a new self-concept. And in creating the new concept, I would encourage you to write the things down that come to mind, this new self-concept, jot it down. Or you could do it in the format of bullet points. I actually created a list for myself in my Evernote app, and it just said different things like, oh, I'm the type of person that has an 850 credit score. I'm the, a bunch of things that I'm like, these are the things that this is the new Priscilla. Like, no more is Priscilla gonna identify with the person that may have in the past had this type of credit score. No. I only have, and I only know, and I only can relate to this type of credit score and the life that goes with that. So make a list for yourself, jot it down. If you want in journal form, just writing paragraph form, that's fine as well. And after that, I want you to start affirming this new self-concept on a regular basis. When you wake up in the morning, you can say a few things that you jotted down, or hey, spend some time, and if it's in paragraph form, read the whole couple of paragraphs. But the idea is for you to slowly begin feeling internally like this new version of yourself. You're creating a new version of yourself. And it's going to require you actually practicing. So it's not something that, you just say it, write it down, and then you throw it away. No, you're going to have to actually practice and internalize this new version of yourself. But it's so worth it, because when you see yourself differently, now the world sees you differently. People see you differently. Your thoughts are going to be different. And if you remember going back to the first day or the introduction video maybe of this whole workshop, the Reset Button workshop, I talked about how we have to see ourselves a certain way. We have to see ourselves a certain way. We have to, be a certain way in our mind so that we can have the types of thoughts that we want to have. We want to have certain thoughts, right thoughts, because when we think right thoughts produce certain feelings. Right feelings, certain feelings will produce you doing certain actions. Certain actions are going to now produce you getting the desired result. So it's not just some like, oh, okay, this is just, work for me to do. No, like it's actually leading you somewhere. It always is. Even if you're not going to be intentional the way we are in these videos, like your sense of self is dictating your life already. So like it or not, it's already happening. So I'm just encouraging you to take control, because you do have control. It's just a lot of people don't know that. You do have control, and you could decide to basically say, oh, I've been identifying with this type of person my entire life. Oh, nah, I'm not that person anymore. Now in these streets, we only do this. Like in these streets, we only know about this. In these streets, we only know about success and entrepreneurship and wealth. And you can literally just say that's what you identify with now. And then identify with it. Become that. And as you become that, as you identify with that, as you relate to only that, like it's not an either or thing. No, that's